So good morning, Barb and Chrissie, and welcome to the first day of the rest of your life.
I love it.
Who am I today, and what grand and glorious adventures am I going to have today? And let's ask, how can I be greater today than I was yesterday? And let's ask, just for today, I'll be greater than I was yesterday. And how can I out-create myself today? How can I out-create myself today? And take your awareness, the being of who you be, and expand it. Right out past your body. Fill the whole room that you're in. Fill it with energy, the energy of who you be. And then go right out past the room, past your house, out past your city, and out past the country that you live in. 100,000 miles in all directions. Keep on going, 200,000 Ks. $900,000 Ks, and then double that and go right out into all universes and start pulling energy from everything and everyone and all the molecules in the universe. Allow your awareness to expand all over the planet, all over the earth, all around the world, and flow your energy all around the world and start pulling energy from everything and everyone, all the forests and all the trees, the birds and the bees and the fishes and all the creatures in the ocean and all the creatures in the forests and on the earth. How does it get better, eh? So keep pulling and pulling. Is there anything that you would like to cover today?
I'm still struggling with my bookwork and getting that financial end of year stuff finished. I'm probably halfway through. I did, you know, when we talked about it during COVID earlier on, I got through half of it, but I just need to complete it. And then I've got a lot of printing out to do and sorting out. With Xero, I still don't know how to upload my invoices to Xero.
Yeah, right.
Continue. So I need to focus on my bookwork and just get on top of it so that I can then move on into the next sort of financial year. You know?
Well, you need to keep moving on into the financial year right now as well. So everything that doesn't allow you to do that, will you destroy and create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, political, and shorts, boys and beyonds. So don't wait until you've caught up with that. Get going on this year as well. Can you do that?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's just my suggestion, by the way.
Yeah, I would be just amazing if I could get Bianca to help me, but she's got all her studies to do. But otherwise, you know, like I just got all this printing to do. You know.
Can you hear how you just came to a conclusion about what Bianca's got to do? She's got a lot of studies to do. So would you like to destroy and uncreate all the decisions, judgments, conclusions, computations about how much work she has to do?
Yes.
You, right, wrong, good, bad, pop, and then shorts, boys and beyonds. See, and all of that is a projection that we put onto our kids about how much work they have to do. So all the projections, expectations, separations, agreements, rejections, judgments, conclusions that we're putting on our kids, we can destroy and uncreate all those.
Yes.
Yes, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So let's just ask, what would it take for someone to give you a hand? It doesn't have to be her.
Yeah.
Someone who would be really good at supporting you. Stuff for that. And let's just clear what your points of view are about. Is it called paperwork, or is it the end of year stuff, or what is it?
Well, it's all about the printing off the receipts of my invoices. With floristry, there's quite a lot of invoices that need to be compiled and either printed off or emailed to Xero, which I was doing all last year, but it was all wrong, and it just didn't work. So I was doing the work, but it didn't work, which is a real bastard actually, because I was doing the right thing and sending all my invoices to Xero, and should have just all been there, but I made the one mistake of, for some reason, it stopped at some point, and I didn't follow it up because I'm always just so busy chasing my tail to get my everything done that I just didn't stop and just follow it up and find out why it wasn't working.
Yeah, so everywhere you're judging yourself for that, would you destroy and uncreate all those decisions, judgments, conclusions, and computations you have of yourself for doing it wrong?
Yes.
Thank you. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, and then short meals. See, even you don't realise it, but you just have a judgment of yourself for doing it not right or doing it wrong, and that's enough to stop you. Do you get what I'm talking about?
Right.
You judge yourself a tiny bit for doing it the wrong way, and that will stop you.
Right.
Our judgments of ourselves are worse than other people's judgments of ourselves, of us.
Right.
So everything that is and everything that's bringing up for you times a gazillion, will you destroy and create it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, and short swim yawns. And Barb, you can learn to do this for yourself. You can just say, okay, so everywhere I'm judging myself for doing that, pock and pot all that. And that's all you need to do.
Okay.
And I'm happy to do it for you, darling. So what other judgments do you have about doing, is it called, what are you calling it? Is it end of year stuff, or is it the paperwork, or what's your terminology that you're using?
Well, it's there's two parts. One is the printing off and the keeping up with printing off those invoices, and the second part is, well, the other important part that I just need to complete, I'm halfway through, is matching up last year's invoices to my bank statements, and then I can give all that to the accountant, you see. I just pass over the bank statements, but I've always ticked every single transaction off against the invoices. But I'm halfway through the year, like I'm probably 6 months through of sorting that out. So I am keeping up with different parts of the business. It's not like I just don't do any bookwork ever. I do. I'm doing bookwork often, ongoingly, but there's just pieces of it that I need to complete.
Okay, cool. So everything that is times a gazillion, will you destroy and create it, please? Yes?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, protocol, and shorts me on. So this is what I'm looking for. So what jails are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC squared for the creation of struggling with your bookwork are you choosing? And everything that brings up times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it? Please.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, protocol, and shorts, by meons. So what
Can we do that one again? Yeah.
Yeah. So what jails are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC squared for the creation of struggling with your bookwork are you choosing? So what point of view comes up on that?
I was just really trying to focus on the words so I could make it, activate. I wasn't really having a point of view, to be honest.
Okay, don't worry. So everything that brings up times a godzillion, will you destroy and create it, please?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine short swim yawns. So what jails are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC squared for the creation of struggling with your bookwork are you choosing?
Yes.
So
I just noticed sort of tightness, sort of like stress in my arms and shoulder,
Yeah, right.
particularly my arms. You know, if you ever feel anxious in it's like an anxiety in my arms.
Anxiety in your
That's
arm.
what I noticed. That's what I noticed.
Yes. So would you destroy and uncreate all of that anxiety in your arms, please?
Yes.
Times a good zillion, right, wrong, good, bad, pop, corner, and short squares, meons. So what jails are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC squared for the creation of anxiety in your arms? Are you choosing? And everything that brings up times a good zillion, will you destroy and create it?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, corner, and short squares, meons. So what jails are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC squared for the creation of struggling with your bookwork? Are you choosing?
Yes.
So everything that brings up times a good zillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, proper, and short square meons. So what jails are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC squared for the creation of struggling with your bookwork? Are you choosing? So what comes up now? Or scan your body and just check all through.
It was like a blank square space in my head. That was weird.
Yeah, right. So there's probably lots of blank spaces and lots of blank squares. So would you destroy and uncreate all those, please?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts with meons. So what jails are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC squared for the creation of struggling with your bookwork? Are you choosing? So what's coming up on that one?
I suppose my mind just starts to wander, that I probably tend to, and you probably know what it's like working from home. I get distracted with things around the house, and then it's either I'm number one doing my flower physical work, and as you know, that being a one-man band, you've got to do everything. Like, I actually make my product, I compile all the pieces of the product, I physically make it, then I have to deliver it, and that's in effect, it's the main important part of my job, because that's what people are buying, is the product. So that's where my number one priority goes. Then I can just get distracted with family things and stuff around the house, and then so then the bookwork gets the last priority. It needs to be number one priority for just a little while.
Yes. So everywhere you've put bookwork as the number last priority, would you destroy and uncreate that, please?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, and shorts with meons. So you don't like doing bookwork, right? Do you want to acknowledge that? Just say, you know what? No, I don't like it. I hate doing it. I want to do the flowers.
Yes.
The flowers is the fun bit, darling.
Yes.
So everywhere we've created bookwork as not being fun, would you destroy and uncreate that?
Yes.
Times a good zillion, right, wrong, good, bad, pop, and shorts, meons. So what jails are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC squared for the creation of struggling with your bookwork and bookwork is not fun? Are you choosing? Yes, and everything that brings up times good zillion, will you destroy and create it, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, and
Yes.
So, you can't force yourself to do anything. I'll tell you what doesn't work. You're not going to do it if you force yourself. You do have to choose it, though. If you choose it, what's the difference between forcing yourself and choosing something?
A much happier time.
Well, choosing is just choice. Even if you say to yourself, you know what, I'm just going to do this for 5 minutes today. And,
Yes.
and ask that question, how can I have fun with this?
So how can I do this for 5 minutes today, and how can I have fun with this?
Yeah, I'm just going to do this. This is what you say. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it for 5 minutes today.
Okay.
Because once you start doing it, how do you feel when you get started?
Good.
You do
Great.
feel, right? You feel great. So focus on that feeling of feeling great and go, you know what, I'm just going to do this for 5 minutes. And if I feel like doing it for longer, then I will. Because once you get yourself started, and don't worry about the distractions.
Yeah.
Okay. So everywhere you're judging yourself for having distractions, would you please destroy and uncreate all those? Right, wrong, good, bad, propaganda, shorts, millions. So what else is coming up on this?
It's funny, Nigel's just moved into a position where he can watch me through the window of the next room. It's so weird.
Did you put your hand up on your ears and go, hello?
Oh, so that's distracted me.
Are you willing for him to watch you, darling?
What's that?
Are you willing for him to watch you? Yeah. So everything that is times a gazillion, will you destroy and uncreate it?
Yes.
All right, wrong, good, bad, poor, shorts, meals. Okay, so tell me about bookwork.
How I'm going to do it today, you mean?
No, just whatever comes up for you. Tell me about bookwork.
Yeah, I just feel like I probably need to get a bit of a routine so that it just happens the same every day.
Right.
Just like I every day, you know, after I've done my own personal things, I look at the diary and I go, right, what orders have I got to do? When do I need to get them done by? Yeah. Do the orders. Somewhere I feel like I need to structure in the bookwork into that day, you know, as a matter of course, as a matter of routine.
Right. So just talk to yourself and ask yourself, how can we make this easy to put this in? Are you saying to do it at the same time every day?
Yeah, so it's like inserting that insert thing that you said about,
Right.
What can I insert into my life?
Yeah.
How can I insert the bookwork into my life with ease, joy, glory?
Well, there you go. That's a really great question. You've created a great question. How can I create a system that will work for me? What system can I create that will work for me? With ease, joy, and glory. What would it take to get the bookwork done with ease, joy, and glory? I think it's just pocking and potting your points of view about bookwork, because it's, you know, the flowers is so much fun. You don't have any problem doing the flowers. And that's why you're so good at it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I can lose myself.
You could actually ask, what would it take to make so much money that you could pay someone to do your bookwork for you? Would you get them to do it once a week or?
Yeah. It would be quite good, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Because there are people that do that. What would it take to make so much money? You know, universe, show me or find me someone who would do it for me at a reasonable price, at a reasonable rate, and is good at it and who loves to do it. Because there are people who love to do bookwork, by the way. Because you're the flower person. You're the flower lady. So everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that, would you just try and create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, proper, and short, millions. How many more bunches of flowers would you need to create, or posies, or bouquets, or whatever you call them, would you need to do to pay for someone to do your bookwork every week? A good person.
Yeah, I'd need to do 3 or 4 good sized bunches to pay somebody a few hours a week.
Right. So what if those bunches of flowers that you did, say you did 4 bunches extra every week?
Just 1 second, Chrissie. Are you going to drop them, Nigel? What? Okay, well, we need to take is that bag on the table and put your shoes on and you're ready. Unless it's raining. If it's raining, I'll...
No, I don't know. Paused or not paused.